Thank you very much, Dave. Welcome, everybody. I don't know if you've had the same kind of problem that I do, but this suit shrunk in lockdown. We started off saying quarantine 19, or it was the quarantine 15 was the phrase. Now we need to get quarantine and rhyme something with 30. Danny Pardi was a very dedicated individual. A lot of people in this room had a chance to be friends with Danny. He inspired a lot of people. He was dedicated to auto racing, to NEAR, to the Hall of Fame. As its inception with Al Feeney, when they first started this thing, he was in charge of setting all the halls up and all that stuff to get the thing rolling into what it is today. We entered 2021 with a small light at the end of the tunnel. We weren't sure if we were going to be able to do this again. Some of the snowbirds in Florida were talking on the phone saying, hey, what are we going to do? Are we going to have a Hall of Fame? We can't go 2 years. And I got together with my vice chair, me and Mark Alden, and with Rich Goucher. We started talking. And then I got 2 phone calls in February. The first phone call was from Mark Alden. He said, Pete, we need to put the blinders on. We need to go forward. We got to figure this thing out. We can hit every timeline. If something happens in November, we can't do it, we can be creative like so many people have been doing. We can do this. The second phone call was, he called me and told me that JP's in Westboro was open, that we could now go on Saturdays and eat chicken wings and drink beer. So I knew that light was going to get bigger. We started opening things up. We met every deadline. We went and we had a selection committee meeting. We got 16 people. April, May, the unsung hero, put together the ballots, sent them out. We reduced it to 8, but we still had no place to go. I got another phone call, Mark Alden. He said, I got a guy, and he owns the Westford Regency. And here we are today. It took a lot of doing, a lot of dedication. Mark's been doing auto racing stuff since he was 7 years old, owning cars, great representative for NEAR, great help with the Hall of Fame. And he's still restoring cars to this day, and every time he calls me, he says, that's it, that's my last car. The next phone call is, hey, I just got a quarter midget I'm going to restore. Very dedicated. I am proud to present the Danny Pardi Memorial Award for dedication to this Hall of Fame to Mr. Mark Alden.
Thanks, Pete. JP's is going to be open again this Saturday, so, we can have some beers. But we get a lot accomplished on Saturday afternoons when we meet a lot of great people who we've raced with. I started my first 1976 opening night at Westboro Speedway. My car won the late model race with Eddie Weston as my driver. And Eddie continued to drive for me for many years. But that night, I was a skinny little long-haired kid. You can tell by the shade of my hair and my body, so things have changed. My high school sweetheart was with me, and we went to Victory Lane. And I never knew that was going to change my whole life on racing. And 45 years later, she's back with me today. Cheryl, thank you. I love you, and thanks for coming. And there's one other person who has helped me along this way, my crew chief, Ronnie St. Germain. With all the crazy stuff I throw at him, he says, okay, we will get it done. And we always get it done. So, Ronnie, thank you very much for being the crew chief. And thanks, NEAR, for this award.